Okay, welcome everybody. I am glad to see those of you who are here. Welcome to the last week of October. Soon the clocks will change and it will be dark by now. But while it's still light, let's keep a little lightness in our heart as we begin. So take a moment to just get yourself settled. Be sure that you're sitting nice and tall in your chair, feet firmly on the floor. And as always, if anything that I guide you in doesn't feel right for you, you're welcome to adapt or adjust in any way that you can to make it more comfortable, or simply rest if you need to and come back and join us. It's important that you breathe. And in yoga, we try to breathe through the nose, both in and out. So just notice how your breath is flowing today. So some days you might find you're breathing more through your mouth. It happens. I've noticed that in myself sometimes. And when I notice it, I try and consciously switch back to breathing through my nose. But if your nose is stuffed, you won't be able to do that. So you do the best you can. So taking some nice full breaths. Let's start with a gentle roll of the shoulders. And then keeping the shoulders relaxed, the chest lifted, turn your face side to side. And then bring your head back to center. Stretch your right arm just kind of down at your side, maybe a little away from the chair, and tilt your left ear towards your left shoulder. Getting into these side muscles of the neck called the scalenes, and there are actually 3 strands. So right now we're working the middle strand. And if you turn your nose kind of towards the floor, it gets a little bit more into the back strand. And then pivot. Your ear is still to the side, but you're turning your nose a little bit more towards the ceiling. You get into that front scalene. And then release. And as your head comes center, gently circle your shoulders once again. Let's do the other side. So stretching your left hand out to the side, slightly away from the chair, and right ear, towards your right shoulder. Take a few breaths, feeling that stretch initially. And then gently pivot, turning your nose a little bit more towards the floor. And then pivoting to look slightly up. Ear is still to the side. And then bring your head back center. Once again, circle your shoulders a few times as I move to my other chair. So sitting up tall, and I recommend that you come a little bit away from the back of your chair. So, sorry, I had to admit someone else. So make sure there's a little space between your bottom and the back of your chair. And you can rock a little forward on your sitting bones and just feel that shift. The weight goes a little bit more into your legs as well as your seat when you do that. If you lean back in the chair, then you'll find you have no weight on your feet. So we want to have a little weight on the feet to give us more stability. And then let's move into some spinal movement. So if you can bring your hands to the sides of the chair as far back as you're able to reach, and as you gently press down with your hands, try to lift your chest and bring it a little more forward. Imagine squeezing your shoulder blades towards each other on your back. Look up just slightly. Don't let your head drop back. Stay here for a round of breath or so. And then gently round forward. And You don't have to go far if that isn't a good idea for your spine or any other conditions, but you can just round and let the weight of your head hang. And then we'll go back and forth. So take your time, arching up and then rounding forward. I generally put my hands back for the arching to just give me a little more support and lift, and let the hands rest on the thighs as I round forward. And then coming back to center, you can hold the left side of your chair with your hand and lifting your right hand to start by circling at the wrist and reversing the circles. And then stretch that arm up near your ear, palm facing your head, and reach slightly across on a diagonal. Try not to let your weight shift into that left hip. So press down into your right sit bone as you extend diagonally through the right arm. So try to keep the arm more in line with your ear, not coming in front of your face. Keep breathing. And come on back to center. The other side. So lifting the left hand and just circling at the wrist first. And reverse. And then stretching the left arm up, palm facing your head, shoulder back, tilting a little bit, extend through the fingertips, root down through that left hip, and breathe. And then come on back to center. Walk your feet in so they're touching, knees are touching. We're going to twist to the right, sliding the right hand back to the side or even to the back of the chair. Left hand coming across the right knee. So you keep the legs hugging together, lengthen through the spine, keep the chest open, and begin to turn your waist, your chest, and then finally your head. Looking back behind you. You can let your eyes drift as far as they will to the right. And have a little stretch as well. And gently unwind. Other side, left hand sliding back, right hand across, and twist to your left and breathe. And gently returning to center. Walk the feet out just a little bit. And let's just gently kind of march in place. Building a little energy. Getting things to move. And then as you do that, marching, walk your feet out wider. And as your feet come to rest, check that your knees are lining up with the middle toe of each foot. From there, we're going to tilt forward and add a twist. Right shoulder coming kind of between the legs, and then coming up, and then left shoulder coming forward and down, and coming up. And think about coordinating with your breath. Exhale as you twist in, first side again. Inhale as you come back up, and next exhale, twisting the other way. And inhaling back up. Good. Let's add a stretch for the lateral muscles in the back. We're going to turn towards the right leg. So both hands can rest on that thigh. And just lengthen your whole torso out along that leg. Don't drop your head. So you want to keep anchoring down through both sitting bones. And if you want, you can stretch that left arm out on a diagonal and just feel the stretch all the way down the left side of your body. And then come on back and up to center. turning the other way. So you're trying to turn your whole body in line with your left thigh. Lengthen your chest out over that leg. Breathe. Holding here with breath. And if you want, extending the right arm out on a diagonal. You feel the stretch all the way from your fingers, through your arm, down through the side of your body. And come on back to center. Preparing now for our seated sun salute. Bring the palms together in front of your heart. Take a nice deep breath in and let it out. Next, inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, gently bow forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine. So you don't have to go any farther than this in the forward bend if you want, but we'll meet here. Exhale, just relax your head and neck. Inhale, arms sweep out and up. And exhale, palms come to your heart. Take a full breath in, let it out. And once again, inhale, sweeping up. Exhale, folding forward. Just go as far as it's right for you. Inhale, find that long spine. Exhale, relax head and neck. Inhale, arms sweep out and up. Exhale, hands to heart. Full breath in and out. Let's add the second part. And inhaling to cactus. Exhale, tilt. Inhale up and tilt. Inhale up. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center and twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, hands to heart. Full breath in, putting those two parts together. Inhale up, exhale to bow. Inhale, long spine, exhale, soft. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale to cactus. Exhale, tilt. Inhale up and tilt. Inhale up. Twist. Inhale, center and twist. Inhale, center, hands to heart. Full breath in. Once more from the beginning, inhaling up and exhale to bow. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, soften. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale to cactus. Exhale, tilt. Inhale up and tilt. Inhale up. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center and twist. Inhale, center, hands to heart. Full breath in, let it out. Adding the last piece. Inhale, right arm up, back of the left hand down. Slide down the leg as you look up. Inhale, coming up, switch the arms. Other side slides down, look up. Inhale, both arms stretch. Exhale, hands to heart. Full breath in, starting at the beginning. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale to bow. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, soft. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale to cactus. Exhale, tilt. Inhale up and tilt. Inhale up. Twist. Inhale, center and twist. Inhale, center, hands to heart. Inhale, right arm up, back of the left hand down. Slide down the leg as you look up. Inhale, rising up, switch the arms. Other side slides down. Inhale, both arms stretch. Exhale, hands to heart. Full breath in. Once more from the top. Inhaling up. Exhale to bow. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, soft. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale to cactus. Exhale, tilt. Come up and tilt. Come up. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center and twist. Inhale, center, hands to heart. Inhale, right arm up, back and left hand down. Slide down the leg as you look up. Inhale, rising up, switch the arms. Other side slides down. Inhale, both arms stretch. Exhale, hands to heart. One last big breath in, sweeping the arms out and up. And exhale, float the arms out and down. Walk your feet back in towards each other. And if you want a little rest, sit back in your chair. Someone is trying to sign in very late. I am not going to admit them. So just a comment for everybody who's already logged in. I will let people in for the first 5 minutes or so of the class, but after that, you will have missed the basic warm-ups. So it's not so good for you, as well as interrupting the flow of the class. Okay, so please understand that if you are signing in 10 minutes, 15 minutes late, you may not get admitted. Okay, so let's bring the right foot out and just gently circle at the ankle. And then reverse the circles. Flex that foot and point. Flex and point. Flex and point. And flex and point. And release. Lift the left foot, circling at the ankle. And reverse. And then flex and point. Flex and point. Flex and point. And flex and point. Releasing that foot back to the floor. Take a moment to just rock a little side to side. Feel those sitting bones, the bones at the bottom of your pelvis, and try to balance your weight equally on both sides. Keeping your left foot, notice what happens if you just press your left foot into the floor. You may feel a lift all the way up through your torso. And to the other side, press the right foot down. And release. Now, another way to engage this core and to sit up tall is to lift both feet off and squeeze the legs together. That's a toning for the abdominal muscles. So let's release and do that again. So hug the legs together, lift them a little bit. Feel those abdominal muscles strengthening. And then release. Feet a little bit apart, toes directly forward. Try to line up your legs so that your ankle is directly beneath each knee. And then flex that right foot. Let's slide the heel back under the chair as far as you can and extend that leg out straight. And then bend and extend. Keep your thigh on the chair so you're just moving from the knee down. Foot stays flexed, so it's just gently sliding across the floor. One more time. Hold the leg out for a moment. Feeling those very strong muscles in the thigh working as you breathe and hold. And then gently release. Other side. So right foot can press a little bit into the floor to just give you that extra support. Flex the left foot, slide the heel back, and then extend that leg out. And slide back, and extend, slide, extend, extend. One more time, bend, extend and hold, and breathe. Good, and gently release. Let's make some easy circles with the whole torso. Beginning to work into those hips. Point, pause, and reverse the circles. And then coming to center. A moment here. We're going to lift that right leg and we're going to interlace fingers underneath the thigh. So lift your leg, but once you've interlaced your fingers, let your leg drop into your hands. So your leg is kind of heavy and you're just going to move the leg in little circles. Try to relax the leg. So let the leg be heavy in your hands. And then change the direction of the circles. To draw that knee in close to your chest. You might want to switch the clasp of your hands around the outside of the knee if you can. Notice if you're collapsing back into the back of the chair, try to sit a little forward, lift up through your chest and tone the belly. Engaging your abdominal muscles, flexing both feet. So the left heel is pressing into the floor, the right knee is hugging in towards the chest. Now it's fine to hold here, making sure your abdominal muscles are engaged as you breathe. A little added challenge, if you want, is to try to stretch the left leg out straight, without collapsing back. Be sure you keep your breath flowing as you hold the pose. If you find it straining for you, just release before I tell you and rest for a moment before we move on. Let's all release. Shake out your hands, wiggle your fingers. Let's do the other side. So lifting the left leg, interlace underneath the thigh. Let the leg drop into your hands. Move in easy circles, supporting the weight of the leg with your hands. Legs just hanging there. Change the direction of the circles. And then draw that knee in and up. Maybe switch the clasp of your hands. Flex the feet. Try not to collapse back, but lift your chest, tone your belly, and flex both feet. Right heel continues to press down into the floor as you hug the left knee in. Make sure to keep breathing in and out. Add the extension of the right leg if that feels right for you. Most important is to breathe. Toning those belly muscles by keeping them engaged as you breathe deeply. And then gently release. Shake out your hands. Wiggle your fingers. Let's turn that right palm up. Extend your arm out straight and try to point your fingers slightly down. And with your left hand, draw the fingertips back towards your body, creating a stretch in the wrist. Breathe. Good. Let's do the other side. Turn the palm up, point the fingers down. The arm is extended out, and your right hand gently pulls the fingertips of the left back towards your body as the palm presses out. And you breathe. Good, and gently release. Let's bring fingertips to shoulders and make some gentle circles with your elbows. And then reverse the circles. Good, and from here, let's try to lift both elbows up towards the ceiling. You may not go that far, but just relax your hands behind your head. Try not to let the elbows go wide. So think of hugging the elbows towards your face and letting your hands go a little wider on the back of your shoulders. Breathe. And then let's keep the right elbow lifted, and with your left hand, you can help to lift that elbow up from the front or from overhead. Draw it back a little farther. And then switch. So left elbow is bent up to the ceiling. The right arm or right hand supports the front of the upper arm or reaches for the elbow overhead. And breathe. and release. Good. Circle the shoulders a few times. And then let's bring the arms to cactus. And today, try imagining that you are holding a lightweight, maybe just a pound. If you imagine holding a water bottle, a 16-ounce water bottle in each hand, and just imagine you have that weight in each hand. So it starts to engage the muscles up through the arm. As we work the arm and shoulder, we get the extra benefit of that isometric. So hug the elbows towards each other, open them wide, and squeeze in and open wide. Squeezing in. As you open wide, think of bringing your shoulder blades towards each other, hugging in. Try to keep imagining that little bit of weight that you're holding in each hand, so the fingers aren't just flopping around. Curl around that weight or bottle. A couple more times. One more time, hugging in, open out, and then stretch the arms all the way out. Reach through the fingertips and float the arms down. Now, as we did earlier, bring your hands to the back edges of the seat, as far back on the sides or even to the rear edges of the chair, if you can find it. So where you can get kind of the heel of your hand in a comfortable spot to lean on. And then squeezing your shoulder blades towards each other, lift your chest and look up, but keep the back of the neck long. So you're only looking slightly up. Back of the neck is still lengthening, chest is lifting, and you're breathing. And then relax. So it's a variation of a camel pose, but let's add to that, if you want, a little bit of strengthening for the legs. If you want, put your heels up on the front legs of the chair, and then place the hands again on those back edges of the seat. Squeeze the shoulder blades towards each other, lift your chest, looking up slightly, not all the way at the ceiling, but just at a slight diagonal. Now, again, you can just stay here and add pressing into your feet, right? It's going to put a little more pressure on your arms, right? Or try pressing into the feet and actually lifting your hips off the chair, tailbone coming forward, back of the neck stays long, so you're still looking more forward than straight up. And then bending the knees, slide your hips back on the chair if you lifted them. Release your hands under your feet and take a few easy breaths. So as we do anything that's more strenuous, you might find that your breath speeds up a little bit or gets a little strained. Always important to pause and try and allow your breath to come back to its resting state. So let's open the hip more now, taking that right leg all the way out to the side and then bringing it back to center. So we'll do that a few times. Open it out and bring it center. So let's do the other side. Open the left leg out and bring it center. Open and center. Open and center. Open and center. Good. Coming to the front edge of your chair now. I'm going to open that right leg out and then also slide the hips a little bit to the left so that your left hip is kind of hanging off the edge of the chair. Your right thigh is along the front edge of the chair. Your right foot pointing to the side, but your left foot is pointing forward. And you can keep it here with the knee bent or turn the leg slightly in, a little pigeon-toed, and see if you can wiggle that foot out on a diagonal until you get that leg straight. may or may not be able to get the leg straight. If that's uncomfortable, just keep the knee bent with the foot pointing forward. Torso is open to the front of the chair. Take a nice deep breath in. Let's start with a little back bend. So we're going to inhale that right arm out and up. Left hand can be on your thigh or your hip. Reach the right arm up, take a nice deep breath. And as you exhale, bend that right elbow, rest it on your right upper leg. So hugging the elbow back on the thigh, drawing your shoulders and head back in line with your tailbone. Breathing here. And then optional, left arm can stretch to the sky or even reach across on a diagonal near your ear. Breathe. And gently turn towards your right leg. Both hands on that leg. Let your left knee bend, if it wasn't already, and slide that leg in close to the chair. So now you're facing the side completely. You're letting the left knee drop towards the floor and start by sitting up tall. And if you lean slightly forward, see if you can walk the left foot farther back, tucking the toes under and pressing the heel back behind you. Perhaps straightening the leg. Maybe it won't straighten all the way, that's okay. But just think of reaching back through the left heel. And then drawing your tailbone down and your waistline up and back so that you lift your whole torso, not just your shoulders and head. So sitting up taller, you may feel even more stretch down through that left thigh. Breathe. Add a stretch of that left arm up alongside your ear. If that feels like too much, just take it out to the side, drawing the shoulder back, maybe even gazing up here. And then gently bowing forward once again to relax the back leg, slide the foot forward, and come back to center. Pausing at the center place for a moment. Just feeling maybe the difference between the two sides after that whole series of poses. And then we'll balance ourselves out. So we're going to open the left leg. We're at the front of the chair. I'm sliding my hips to the right now so that my left thigh is just along the front edge of the chair. Right foot is pointing forward with the knee bent. My torso is facing forward. If you want, turn the right foot slightly in and then wiggle it heel toe, if you can't slide on a mat here so it doesn't slide. But you end with the sole of the foot on the floor and the foot slightly turned inward. Chest is open. Start with that little bit of a back bend here. So left arm is going to sweep out and up, reach up to the sky, looking up if that feels comfortable for you. And then bending that left elbow, extending to the left, forearm on thigh, and you're hugging against the leg. Arm is kind of pulling back, shoulders and head in line. Breathing here, optional other arm, right arm to the ceiling, or perhaps alongside your ear. Take a few breaths. Good, and then you're going to gently begin to turn towards your left leg. Relax the right leg. So if it's extended, let the knee bend. If it's where it was, just let the foot slide in closer to the chair. Till you're turned all the way to the side, facing sideways. Right knee dropping straight down towards the floor as you just sit up tall. And breathe. And then leaning slightly forward, see if you can walk the right foot back, tucking the toes under, pressing the heel back. Just notice that you're probably leaning into that front thigh. So we want to lift the torso away from that front leg without crunching the low back. Imagine your tailbone reaching down and your waistline hugging in and up and then back. See if you feel more stretch down that right thigh, breathing into it. Arms optional if you want. Right arm can come up alongside your ear. I'm going to give you a stretch down that whole right side. If that feels too much, you can take the arm out to the side. Breathe, whatever position you're holding. And gently bring the arm down. Relax the right leg. Let the foot slide in. And come back to face the front of your chair. Feel your breath. Okay, let's do a little lion pose. So sitting up nice and tall, hands resting on your thighs. As we inhale, we'll curl the fingers into fists, scrunch up your face like you ate something really sour. And on the exhale, show your claws, open your eyes wide and look up, stick your tongue out and down and roar. And we'll take a breath in between each of our 3 lions. So take a breath in and let it out. First lion, curling in, scrunch up your face, exhale, big stretch. And relax. Breathing. Second line, scrunching in and exhale. Relax as you inhale and exhale. Last line, scrunching in, squeezing the eyes shut, big stretch. And letting it. Shake out your hands. Shake them out to the sides. Shake them out in front of you. Shake them up overhead. Shake them out to the side again. Shake them down by your sides. Let's add a little laughter. So shake them out to the sides. Reach overhead. Out to the side. Down low. Moving from low to high. And just let it go. Let's take a few deep breaths. Enjoy those deeper breaths. Good. Let's do a little bit more seated and then we'll come to stand. So we're going to extend the left leg out a little bit in front of you. Let the right knee drop open to the side. Lift the right foot and flex it. And then bring your right heel or outer ankle alongside the front of the left shin. And you can hold the edges of the chair for more support to sit up tall. The goal here is to open that right knee, right, and bring the right foot as high as possible. If you can, slide it up above the knee and still keep the knee wide, the right knee wide, left knee can start to bend, and that foot can walk in towards you, or even a deeper stretch. So that might be too much. If so, just back out of it. Breathe. Lift up through the chest, shoulders back, keeping your head in line, no heads bowed. Tilt just a little bit forward if you can. Keeping the spine tall, working into that hip joint. Good. As you release, we're going to bring that leg all the way across. So you can cross at the knee if that's too much, cross at the ankle. Move into a gentle twist, but a little deeper than what we did before. Left hand coming to the side of the right knee. I'm going to sweep that right arm out in front of you, and then follow your hand with your eyes, sweeping around to the right and looking all the way back behind you. That arm reaching back towards the wall behind you and breathing. And then gently unwind yourself. Good, uncross the legs. Let's do the other side. So right leg can extend out a little bit. Left knee dropping out to the side. Foot lifts and flexes. And then the outer heel or ankle resting on the shin. See if you can keep releasing the left knee open. Maybe sliding the knee up higher. If it gets above the knee, sliding the foot up higher. The knee still wide, and the right knee can bend, and you can bring that foot to the floor if it's not too much stretch in the left hip. So feel your breath, keep the left foot actively flexed to protect the knee joint, and hands can hold the edges of the seat for more support, tilting a little bit forward if you're able to deepen the stretch in the hip joint. Always being sure that you're only going to a safe place where you feel a stretch but not pain. Good, and as we release out of this, we're going to cross that left leg over either at the knee or the ankle, squeezing the legs into the midline. Right hand coming across, left hand extending out in front of you, following your fingertips with your eyes as you sweep the arm out to the side and gradually twist to your left, looking way back behind you, and breathe. And then gently unwind yourself and across the legs. Take a moment to just lean your forearms on your legs. So we're going to be doing something when we come up to stand. And for anybody who doesn't want to come up to stand, you can do a variation of that that's sitting in your chair, which is basically having your knees bent, tilting forward and resting your forearms across your legs so that one hand, left hand holds your right leg, right hand holds your left, and the feet stay equidistant, and you try and keep the feet hugging towards each other, and imagine you're trying to widen your thighs. So this is a seated version of something we're going to do standing if you're able to. And when we come up to stand today, we're going to actually try to use a wall. So if you have a wall someplace nearby or a tall cabinet that you can stand with your side next to, that would work as well. Okay, so come up to stand. I'll adjust my screen. And then you can come to behind your chair. If you don't have a wall, just stand behind your chair. I'll move my chair to the side. I'm going to start with something at the wall if you have one. Okay? If not, maybe even a table or a bookcase would do. So we're going to start by taking that right arm, and we're going to face to the side, our side to the wall. Stand far enough away from the wall that you can extend your arms straight. Rotate towards the pinky finger, so your fingers are pointing back behind you, and press the palm of that hand into the wall gently with the arms straight. So you already may feel a big stretch across the top of that shoulder and chest. Maybe turning your body a little bit away from the wall will add to that stretch, and you can even bring your left ear away from the wall, so tilting it to the left as your right arm presses gently into the wall. Good, and then release. Circle your shoulders. Let's do the other side. So I'll demonstrate here for this one, just so you can see it from a different angle. I'm going to turn my wrist so my fingers are pointing behind me. My hand is at about shoulder height. The arm is straight. I'm not leaning into it. I'm actually pushing slightly away from the wall or furniture. And then I'm turning my body a little bit away from that arm to deepen the stretch. Left ear, right ear rather, going towards the right shoulder, and breathing. Good, and gently release. And once again, rolling the shoulders. Okay, so now if you do have a wall or something that you can stand about 12 to 15 inches away from, feet a little wider than hip width, or at least hip width apart, we're going to bend the knees, tip your hips back, and gently let your buttocks touch the wall. So you don't want to lean heavily into the wall. You want to engage the abdominal muscles for support here as well. And when you do that forward lean, right, in Utkatasana, chair pose. So I'm going to rest each forearm across the legs. Feet are squeezing towards each other isometrically, and you're trying to pull your thighs apart, but your hands are keeping them steady. Everybody with me on this? Try and lengthen your spine. And then I'm going to add a twist. So keep your left hand where it is, bring your right hand to your hip. So the legs stay stable, both buttocks stay against the wall as you twist to your right. But unwind, come to center and rest. You can let your head hang for a moment. Shake your head gently up and down like you were saying yes, and then no. And as you come to center, try to lengthen the spine again, engage your core. Left hand to your waist and gently twist, keeping the legs steady, both buttock cheeks on the wall, and breathe. And gently unwind and come all the way up to stand. Take a big breath in, arms sweep out and up. And exhale, release. Good. We're going to take a wide stance now. So you can have your chair in front of you, mine is to the side, but you want to try to walk your feet at least 3 feet apart. Okay. You're going to have your left foot facing directly forward and turn your right leg out 90 degrees. Notice how your body will want to turn. So your hips will be slightly skewed to the right, but try to, from your waist up, open straight forward towards your chair. Take a nice breath, lift up through your ribs. As you exhale, gently bend just the right knee and check to see. You want to try and have your knee directly over your ankle and the middle of the knee pointing towards the middle toe. Don't let the upper body twist to the right. So keep drawing that left side back. If you're using a chair and you want to keep holding on for balance, I'd say hold on with your right hand first and stretch the left arm. So that helps keep you from leaning to the right. Right? So stretch that left arm out to the side. If you feel steady on your legs, right arm can reach to the right, and then you can turn and gaze to the left. And breathe. Good. From here, we're going to bring the arms down for a moment as we straighten the right leg and move into triangle pose. So left hip is going to lift the torso, lengthening, tailbone to crown of your head, is going to hinge at the top of the right thigh all the way towards the right as far as you can go. You might want to stretch that right arm way out to the side and then gently bring that right hand to rest on your leg. Open the chest. You can keep your left hand on the chair for steadiness. If you feel steady, left arm can reach for the sky. And breathe. And then come all the way up. And let's turn the feet the other way. So take a moment to line up your legs, left foot turned out, right foot facing forward. Open your chest, big breath in, exhale, bending just the left knee, checking the alignment, right? Opening that thigh to keep the knee in line with the middle toe. Right arm is going to reach out to the side. If you need to hold someplace, just so that you're not leaning your torso to the left. Breathe. If you feel steady, left arm extending out to the side, and then gaze into the left. And breathe. Warrior two pose, very strong, very open, very grounded. And then release the arms for a moment as you straighten the left leg. Right hip now is going to tilt up as the left hip creases, and you lengthen your torso to the left. Maybe extend your left arm way out to the side, the whole side of your body long. And without collapsing that left side, gently bring your left hand to your leg, open your chest, and right arm can reach for the sky. Nice deep breath. And gently release. Good. Coming all the way up. Turn the feet parallel and gradually heel toe, walk your feet in towards each other. Okay, I'm going to switch sides with my chair just for variety. So you can continue facing your chair. I'm going to face sideways so that you can see the position. We're going to start with warrior one pose. So my right foot is maybe 10 inches from the chair. And I'm going to bend that right knee and reach my left foot back as far as I can, turning the foot out just slightly so that I can bring the heel down. Okay. So we want to try and have the back leg is slightly turned out, but the hips are facing directly forward. Breathe. See how steady you feel. You can use the chair to kind of center your weight. Make sure you bring your torso kind of steady between the legs. You may feel a big stretch in the back leg. If you're feeling steady, if you don't feel steady, just keep both hands on the chair. Okay? If you feel steady, try opening one arm to the side. Imagine the legs hugging isometrically, front to back, side to side. And if you feel steady on both feet, both arms can extend out to the side or even come up into a nice victory shape. Breathe. Bring your hands down. Lift the back heel. Step that back foot in. We're transitioning now into warrior three. So we're going to stand on the right foot, lift the left foot, flexing the foot. The leg is straight, the leg is parallel. We're going to extend the torso forward over the back of the chair. Try to keep your hips parallel to the floor, and then perhaps bringing your hands onto the chair seat or edges. Try to bring that back leg up so your upper body and your back leg are more or less horizontal. Keep your head in line. Breathe. And then if you want, a little more balance challenge, right arm extending straight out in front of you. Good, release the hand and the leg, come all the way up, and we'll do the other side. So left foot is about 10 inches from the chair, maybe bend that knee, reach back with the right leg, bring the foot down so the leg is slightly turned out, but you try and aim your hips directly forward. Left knee is bent and the knee should be, as in other poses, right over the ankle. Feel your breath. Hug the legs isometrically, front to back, side to side. Try lifting just one arm out to the side. Check how your balance feels. If you feel steady, other arm extends out to the side. And optional arms and chest lifting even higher. Breathing. Good. And then hands coming down, lift the back heel, step the back foot in. Begin to lift the the right leg. You're standing on the left, flex the right foot, lifting that leg behind you. The leg is parallel, toes pointing down, your chest reaches over the chair back, and then hands can come down to the seat of the chair. Breathe here, and perhaps try lifting your right arm out in front of you. Gently release the hand and the leg. Come all the way up to stand. Take a big breath in, sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, hands float down, and make your way back to your chair. So you can lean back in the chair. We'll do a moment or two of relaxation, and we'll add a directed breath. It's called the Loma breath, three-part breath. We've done this before. So each, on the inhalation, you're going to imagine your lungs having three sections, bottom, middle, and top. So we'll breathe into the bottom section, pause, inhale further into the middle section, pause, inhale up to the top, pause, and then slowly exhale all the breath. So just breathe naturally. And after your next exhale, let's all inhale, just a third of the breath, pause, another third, pause, and all the way to the top, pause, and gently exhale all the breath. Just breathe naturally once or twice in between. We'll do a few rounds of this. So next, inhale, breathing into the bottom of the lungs, pause, middle, pause, up to the top, pause, exhale all the breath. A few natural breaths here. Last round, see if you can think about breathing into the whole circumference of your body, not just the front. Here we go. Inhale, bottom third, middle third, all the way up to the top. Exhale slowly all the breath. Close your eyes, letting your breath just come and go however it needs to. Let your body relax. And release any sense of effort. Feet can slide out a little bit. Lean into the back of the chair. Relax your head and neck. Soften through your shoulders. Very gently bring your awareness back to your breath. Bring your feet more firmly on the floor. Use your hands on the edges of the seat to slide a little forward, come away from the chair back so you're sitting up tall. When you're ready, bring your palms together in front of your heart. Let's share the sound of Om to seal our practice. Take a nice deep breath in. Om. Namaste. Thank you all for joining me. I will come up to the screen, and if you have any questions, you're welcome to unmute